Happy New Year, y'all. It is the Lunar New Year, celebrating the Chinese New Year. And for those who don't study it, I wanted to share just some things that I found really amazing to connect with, especially as I'm studying acupuncture and Eastern herbal medicine. I had previously studied Theravada Buddhism, and now diving deeper into Taoism. You know, it's like aligning with these things, listening to the teachers, the professors, Taoist priests. Like, there's just so much as we study the human body, and then we're looking at the elements and how that all connects. It's quite powerful. It makes you feel supported and connected rather than disconnected and not supported. And we just are closing up. Today starts the new, like the shift of the guardian for the year. You have to forgive the fridge. The guardian of the year right now is going to be the Yin Wood Snake. It's pretty powerful because when we look at this time period, there are on this map, the Flying Star Feng Shui system, Xuan Kong. When we look at that, there are these periods of time. They're in 20-year increments. And right now we just moved from period 8 into period 9. And period 8 was ruled by the young man mountain archetype. And now as we move into period 9, we move into this older, more mature woman, more intuitive vibe. But the archetype there is the older, mature woman. And that period 9 is ruled by the Li trigram, which is fire, right? And as we're looking at this Yin Wood Snake, wood is associated with the liver. Wood is associated with the spirit, the springtime. Wood is associated with how we're governing things, how we're, moving through our processes of creativity, ideas, and growth, and how can we bring balance to that. And we all know, if you know an older, mature woman who's done the work in her life to come to a space of continued vitality, she continually sheds her skin as a snake would, right? And she continually makes the purposeful decisions to move and operate in ways that will support her nourishment and also her freedom. And so it's really interesting with this changing of the guard that we get to do this as well. Everybody gets to do this, right? But it is very powerful to me as we learn how to kind of balance this energy, because it's a free flow of chi, right? And when there's not this free flow, there's a stagnation, and it can cause issues. And as I've talked with many about, the more I learn about the human brain, and when we look at like neuroplastic pain, and we see it's the way that we're thinking, it's the way that we're talking, and the way that we're being curious in those moments, rather than like being absurd and going, I'm going to heal this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it could be a physical trauma, it could be an emotional trauma, it could be, you name it, an illness. And another thing that I should point out that I thought was really fascinating, right at the center when we look at these stars in the Chinese astrology, is the number 2 star, which is got the name of the illness star. But she's also known as the star of women, right? She has this very yin energy, this very earth element, this very mothering and nurturing, but there can be an illness or something within the body that comes up. And I don't know about you, but illness has always been this really great teacher for me if I listen. So it's a matter of listening and learning, and then operating in a way and moving and taking action in a way that supports that. So, as we're moving into this time of very yin energy, we have to balance it, right? And we look to the elements to be able to do that. You could adorn yourself with metals, to balance it, helping, cultivate more Wei Qi, which, the Wei Qi and the Yin Qi kind of go together. The Wei Qi is your protective Qi. Your Yin Qis, like, they go together. They're partners. They help to support one another with it living in the blood, and it helps to either, push these pathogens out, or, it fortifies us in how we heal. Like, these are the first stages, and it can also help to cultivate healing chronic illnesses. So we look to that, and we look to the metals, and we look to, everyone always teases me because they're like, oh, did you feng shui your house? And I'm like, actually, yeah. Like, this for me, of this part of my house, as you can see, there's the ponds here. That is the southwest part of my house. It's very yin. That is the backward part of my house. Very yin. It's something that I'll do qigong at that window there to welcome that. At my house, the facing front part of the house is northwest, and I have elements balanced there, and it's how we purposely cultivate our own nourishing, our own development, our own creativity. And I'm learning as I go. It's been years of cultivation. Every single culture has it, and I am, really blessed to be able to attend a university that is willing to teach these things, and just the ancients who did it, and even tapping into my own ancestors and things that they knew. Like, they knew, and sometimes I think along the way that we forget. And so it's like, how can we embrace and ground ourselves, so slithering, as a snake would, and how can we protect this, right? How can we cultivate this on purpose? And so it's like, in each moment we get to stay in our present moment, and we get to choose the best right decision in that moment. And I think too, when we look at that from past experiences, maybe that we experience, or like maybe we did to someone else, we can release a lot more of the weight and the stigmatisms and the ideals in our head of the past and how we did things, not because maybe we're wrong, but maybe that's not going to be the best right decision in this moment. It would be wrong, but you made the best right decision then, right? And if it wasn't the right decision then, why are we repeating it? And if you're not examining it, how can you fix that, right? So I hope that helps, as we move into this Yin Wood Snake energy. If you want to go read all about it, kind of organized more in a succinct manner, very concise, you can head over to amelacupuncture.com. My name is Lolo, and I am a student working on my doctorate in acupuncture and herbal medicine. I'm a Qigong and Tai Chi instructor. I do holistic personal training. I teach meditation. And I'm also attempting my life to wrap around flower farming on this gorgeous farm that I am afforded the opportunity to live on, which has been amazing. My boss, building community. It's like financially trying to do school and children and all the things. It adds up over time. And so it's really wonderful to be in a place where I can cultivate more growth and more freedom. So yeah, go to the website, amelacupuncture.com. You can check it out. You can send me a message, and you can also find me on Instagram, YouTube. There is Facebook. I'm not as much on there, but yeah. All right. Happy New Year.